Hey everyone, I'm Justin. Welcome to the YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be going through my process on how I make wooden flags using a Shapeoko CNC machine. The vast majority of flags that I make use these 1x12s from big box stores, and that's just because I'm lazy and I don't have to do any milling. I can just go to the store, buy a piece of wood, cut it down to size, and start sanding. Today I was using premium pine, so I start off with 120 grit sandpaper, blow off all the dust before moving on up to 220 grit, blowing off some more dust, and then, of course, I have to admire my work. Nice. Once done sanding, it's time to apply stain. Here I'm just measuring out the union so I can apply some painter's tape and then start applying my blue stain. Looking back on it now, I should have used the CNC to mark the locations for this union. I actually made it a bit too wide, as you'll see in the finished product. Once the stain's applied and wiped off, I like to use a heat gun to speed up the process. And assuming you did everything correctly, you should get nice crisp lines. Looks good to me. Once the blue stain is completely dry, tape it off again and start applying stain to your stripes. One thing to note here while working on this section of the flag is to make sure that your brush strokes are all the same direction. I like to move horizontally across my workpiece. Once everything's dried up, you can remove your tape and cross your fingers that you didn't make any mistakes. Looks good. Let's move on. Here you can see me clamping down my workpiece. I use a corner square on my Shapeoko so I don't have to set the X and Y locations on each project, but I do set the Z height using the Z probe. Once everything's set, I load up my G-code and run my first carve. Here you can see me using a 16th inch downcut bit to carve the outlines of the shooter on the bottom left and the clay pigeon on the top right. Since the stain I'm using is pretty thick, it doesn't bleed into the wood very much, so I'm only cutting at about 0.05 inch of depth here. Once the outlines are done, I clean them up with a weeding tool and air compressor. Before I can carve any detail into this flag, I need to paint between the lines that I just carved. This is just a simple acrylic paint off Amazon, along with some cheap brushes. Another thing you'll notice is that I didn't remove my workpiece from the machine. This is just to get rid of any human error. If I painted it off the machine and then put it back, it might be slightly off and mess up the carve later on. Before I run my next line of G-code, I usually apply a coat of lacquer. It might be all in my head, but I think it really stiffens up the grain and helps with chip out during the rest of the carve. Here's a quick glance at everything before I run the final tool paths. For the rest of this project, I use a few different tools. Right now you're seeing a 16th inch downcut bit carving a contour of the interior of the stripes. I do this because there's some spots where there's some fine detail and I want to make sure the bit is small enough to get everything. Up next is an advanced V-Carve. I use that same 16th inch bit to pocket out the large areas and then a 30-degree bit to get the detail. For the stars, I like to use a 60-degree bit, but that's personal preference. I know a lot of people like to use the 90. And to finish everything off, I pocket out the stripes with an 1/8 inch downcut bit. Once everything's carved and before I remove my clamps, I use that same weeding tool with the compressor to clean up all the fuzzies. Once everything's cleaned up and off the machine, I apply a few coats of lacquer. Let's check out the result. Everything looks pretty good, other than this man looking like Slim Shady. I missed some spots with the paint here, and you'll see on the clay pigeon on those little lines, some of it bled over the edges. I think I found a solution for that, but overall I'm happy. Alright, that's about it. Thanks for watching this video, and if you have any tips, questions, or concerns, leave a message to me in the comments, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.